He never saw the knife coming, because I never raised my voice. For days before our firm's lavish New Year's Eve gala, I overheard his business partner, Vanessa, on speakerphone, "Bet you $2,000 she'll melt down when we announce she's out. Women like her always crack in public." My husband, Ethan, laughed easily. "Double it. She'll sob by the appetizer course." I stood motionless in the hallway, his suit jacket draped over my arm like a shield I no longer needed. That bet sealed everything. Our story began 5 years earlier in a sleek Seattle boardroom with skyline views and too much champagne. Ethan had just closed a landmark deal. I was the architect behind it. My network, my decade-plus in tech strategy, my reputation that opened every door. When he suggested blending our firms and our futures, it felt like the perfect alignment. I said yes to the merger and the ring. Year 1 sparkled. We were true co-founders. My name beside his on the letterhead, our decisions mutual, our victories shared. Then the erosion started, subtle, insidious. "Let me take point on the Rivera project," he'd say. "You handle the internal polish." Polish. The word downgraded my market analysis and client acquisition into decoration. I adapted. I dimmed. By year 3, I was a ghost in my own company. Ethan fielded questions at pitches while I sat silent. He introduced me as the one who keeps things running smoothly. Vanessa amplified it at team dinners, joking that the girls should stick to support roles. Ethan's laugh joined hers every time. One night he leaned back with bourbon and declared, "This place thrives because I bring in the whales. You tidy up the details." I met his gaze. I landed 55% of last quarter's revenue. He chuckled indulgently. "And who signed them? Credit where it's due, babe." He patted my cheek and left me staring at the screen I'd designed from nothing. I stopped arguing. I started collecting. The infidelity surfaced quietly, a late-night notification. Unfamiliar lingerie tag in his laundry, overlapping travel schedules. I archived everything, timestamps, statements, photos, into an encrypted drive labeled Old Project Archives. But cheating alone wouldn't protect my stake. I needed leverage. Rereading our hastily drafted partnership contract, Ethan's genius work, signed amid wedding vows, I spotted the flaw he'd overlooked, a 48-hour exclusive restructuring right for the partner who first filed dissolution notice. He'd inserted it to safeguard his control. Instead, he handed me the detonator. I consulted my cousin, Elena, a sharp family law and corporate attorney in Portland. She reviewed it, eyes widening. "He literally gift-wrapped the exit for you." We mapped every premarital investment I'd made, traced client origins, secured expert valuations. Plans locked in encrypted folders disguised as vendor logs. Ethan never suspected. He believed I'd accepted my supporting role. Then came the email I wasn't meant to see. His screen left glowing while he stepped out. Subject: phase-out plan. The gala would feature his gracious announcement. I'd transitioned to advisory capacity, while he and Vanessa assumed sole leadership. One line burned: "She'll protest, but she'll fold. She always does." I closed the lid, brewed coffee, and planned my counterstrike. The gala arrived. Crystal chandeliers, 250 guests, black tie elegance. I wore sapphire silk. Ethan once called it too bold for me. I mingled, accepted quiet praise from clients I'd personally won and kept. At 11 p.m., Ethan tapped his glass. Silence fell. "We've had a phenomenal year," he began, beaming. "And to keep that momentum, we're announcing a leadership evolution. My wife has decided to step away from daily operations." I rose, heels echoing. The room pivoted. I approached the podium, calm as still water. "Thank you, Ethan," I said clearly. "You're right, change is coming." From my clutch, I drew a slim folder. "As of 11:55 tonight, I've exercised Section 5.2 of our partnership agreement, the priority restructuring clause you authored. All clients I originated, roughly 65% of revenue, transfer with me. You and Vanessa retain the rest to rebuild as you see fit." Ethan froze. Phones began vibrating across the room, legal alerts landing in inboxes. "The filings went through hours ago," I continued. You'll see them shortly. His face drained of color. This is impossible. A voice rang from the side. It's very possible. Ethan's longtime project coordinator stepped forward, tablet in hand. I've logged every time he claimed solo credit for her strategies, every bonus padded by downplaying her metrics. Timestamps don't lie. Murmurs swelled. Key clients spoke up. We signed because of her pitch. She led our turnaround. The narrative shifted in real time, Ethan's empire revealed as built on borrowed brilliance. I faced him one last time. You wagered I'd break before dessert. But grief ends long before the lights come up. I slid divorce papers across the table, prenup ironclad, assets protected. Your move. He stared, speechless. Vanessa edged toward the doors. I walked out into crisp night air, snow dusting my shoulders. My phone lit with Elena's text, executed. You're free. Months later, clients followed, talent defected to my new boutique firm, lean and client first. Ethan downsized to freelance gigs, confidence fractured. I ran into him once at a cafe. He looked diminished. You ruined us, he whispered. I stopped carrying you, I replied. That's all. Now my office overlooks the Sound, walls lined with books, calendar full of meaningful work. I breathe easier. I decide for myself. Quiet power doesn't shout. It simply stops pretending.